What?
I'm recording, so that's why.
Oh, good. Thank you.
So you
Thank
can
you.
have it if you want to have it and do with whatever you want to do with it.
Thank you. Yeah, if you
We lost you.
We lost you, Bridget.
We can't hear you.
can't hear me,
Now we
Now
can.
we can.
Now we can.
I wonder. I have to figure this out. I have a new computer right now, as of this afternoon. So,
Oh,
yeah,
it's
So I'm
working
trying-
now. What were you?
okay. I have no idea. I moved it closer and I'm speaking louder. Maybe those comments.
Okay.
I don't know. Sign language. You all learned some element of sign language.
Well, I just know
You
some-
all did.
two songs. I barely remember.
Well, we can speak in 2 songs. That's okay. All right. Anyway, I don't necessarily want to rehash everything and each time, but I think it's important. I've had either Missy or Amy or I have had a conversation with all of you at some point to know what's going on. I'm starting to, which is good, I'm starting to sort of lose track of exactly what made this happen. Because it came out of a not so great situation, but it's turning into something that maybe would never have happened had things not gone the way they had. And I think that if there is a way, me at this point, I hope I'm not naive. I am idealistic. I think I am hopeful. And I honestly believe that with all of us in this space, music and theater combination of those things has brought us all together. And it is something that has stayed with us individually and collectively throughout our entire time together. So the opportunity for us to get together, to get to know one another, and to bring other people, other women into this circle, if you will, is really humbling. But I will tell you that the last few months, all of us have had our respective things. They've been rough, and to say the very least. And this is probably the happiest and most excited I have been in the last few months. And the thought of bringing my current students, and I'm still going to call them that for right now, the thought of bringing my current students into this to be with you all is almost overwhelming to me in the best of ways. And so this started out as just a thought. We were supposed to have a spring concert, and I called it Awakening. Not the awakening, not my awakening, not our awakening, just awakening, and to mean anything to anybody. And it's taking on this life. And as Missy, Amy, and I were talking last week, I started writing down some of the words and phrases that we came up with. So Amy and Missy, correct me if I'm wrong in these, but these were just some of the words that came up. Some of the many was empowering, healing force, no boundaries. It affects everybody. Uncomfortable sometimes, yet necessary. Voices that care, a spiraling and rippling out. Many voices from different backgrounds, building bridges between communities, a sense of calling to be bridge builders, and magical. Those were just some of the words that came out. And when Monica and I were talking the other day, it was noticing that throughout our time, that really in music, in choral music, I don't know about it in particular, but in a lot of ways, there are twice as many women and half as many opportunities as there are for men. And so part of this is creating opportunity for women to sing together. And so, but I think that that also that we are not lesser than, this is a women's ensemble is not a stepping stone to a mixed ensemble. It's its own entity. It's its own gathering, it's its own circle. And so that was hugely important. And then I'm still trying to come up with words, and I don't want to misuse words, but my feeling is that having a grassroots, every woman in this group, that was weird to see my hand do that. Every woman in this group brings an energy that is unique and something that fits. It just works with everything that we do, because it's an individual thing. We're not blended together. We are all individuals coming together in a combined passion for music. And so this idea of coming together but still raising the bar, I think that is something that all of us have done, is we've raised our own bar. We've gotten together and said, yeah, we can sing. Yeah, we like music. What else can we do? Not to be better, because sometimes I think when you try to be better, that implies that you weren't good before. But how can we move forward? How can we move out? How can we move up and down and here and there and angle all over the place in order to do that? So that's my idea. So whether this is a one night only, a one weekend only, Missy is terrifying the mess out of me by calling me out to dream bigger. But the comfort in that is that I don't have to have all the answers to how to make this happen. We all have something to bring. And every ounce of contribution matters, no matter what it is. And so that's what I'm looking at right now. And of course, it's not like we can say, all right, let's do this, and here's the meeting place, and here's the time, and here's a song. Green means go. Obviously, we're not in a position yet to be able to do that, to gather together physically, which is so hard because it's, as we all know, that's what we do as singers. We sing in community. So I'm not entirely sure. I mean, we've run the gamut from, again, correct me if I'm wrong, Amy and Missy, we've run the gamut from a one night only to a weekend to applying for a 501(c) and looking at performance venues and inviting women age high school and up to be part of an organization that who knows. So that's kind of where we are. So we're expanding the circle and sorting out what's.
No.
We lost you again.
We lost your audio, yeah.
Oh, let us turn our thoughts today and Martin Luther King.
Yes.
I recognize the
Yes.
time.
You remember.
Maybe something.
Yes.
Yeah, all of that, but we can't hear you.
I'm not saying anything.
Oh,
Okay. If I can interject real quick though, I honestly didn't tell Nia and Leslie anything. I kind of was like,
I didn't
listen,
know anything either.
I'm just being honest. I felt like if I told them anything, then I would be telling what you need to tell. So I just was kind of like, Miss K has something on her mind. It involved just something really small at first. And we both were asked, Amy and I were asked, who did we think should be included in the initial conversations? And I told Nia, Amy thought of her. I told Leslie I thought of her. So I honestly didn't give much information. I just wanted them kind of to hear your heart and hear your thoughts. And plus this week was really chaotic. So when I did talk to Nia, it was about what was going on. I was catching up with my big sister and I needed her to know what was going on. So I really didn't have time to really, same thing with Leslie. So whatever you shared, they haven't heard it yet. I'm just being honest. From me, I didn't do it.
Yeah, I didn't either. I just told Gina to come on this call. I was
Right
like,
here, Miss K. Y'all, come on.
hey, you
It
wanna-
was a shared spirit, huh? Of just throw us on here and let us go with it because they're gonna go with it. And you're right. I'm going with it so far. So it sounds really good.
Like I know Missy and Amy told you. No, we didn't.
I guess that shows some love and trust, right? Like,
That's all.
Absolutely.
I think you gave a good.
All right, so I'll throw it to you then. I mean, anybody jump in, but Leslie, Gina, or Nia, is there anything that you've heard so far that you're saying what's going on and what's my part in this or what have you? There's baby girl.
and
Oh
they're
my gosh, you're matching, Leslie.
She finally got her little girl. She could dress up.
Of course.
so sweet.
Mhm.
Well, nothing is coming across as like, what is that? I'm just really interested on how we're gonna do this together and moving forward. It's really exciting. I kind of got the gist of where your heart is and what made you come to this conclusion. And then I do see where it can be expanded. Yeah, it could be definitely something greater than just a one-time thing, Miss Chancellor. This could be something good. I'm with them on that.
Same. Yeah, I agree. Same thing. See what
Yeah.
happens.
It sounds super exciting. I get excited for stuff like this.
Yeah, me too.
So I hope that more people are interested in, jumping on.
And I think there's a need for something like this. Like, there's nothing like this in this area, not that I know of. Like, I know of a couple other professional groups, but they're all mixed ensembles. Like, I don't know anything that's just a really awesome group of ladies. So the need is definitely there.
For sure. And is everybody more or less like local, at like near?
Not Nia.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Not at all. I live
Okay,
in
yeah.
Georgia.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait,
That's
Nia,
what I
where are
believe.
you?
The cool thing about today and where we are with things are, I actually sent Miss K probably a month ago a choir that did a virtual recording. I've been seeing those left and right. So many of my friends that are praise and worship leaders, where they weren't coming together at the churches, and they received the music and they each recorded their own part, and then they put together this ensemble, or they put together whatever performance, and it's been magical to see. And so when Amy thought of Nia, I'm like, she still could possibly be a part. And I'm just gonna be honest, I put her business out because she fly for hardly no money anyway. So she could fly without a problem if there is a local event, and coming home is like easy. So
I'm
it made
always
sense for her
there.
to be a part. It made sense for her to be a part of this conversation.
I did miss Nia. Where are you? I'm sorry, love.
I'm in Georgia.
Oh,
I
Georgia.
live in Atlanta.
Okay. All right. So that's what, 15-hour drive? Leave now.
No, it's like 10, 9,
About 10.
10.
Oh, you could turn around and go home then again if you wanted to. See, you
Yeah,
could make it
I'm
back.
there all the time. I fly in and out quite often though. So as long as I
Okay.
know with preparation and planning, it happens for me.
All right. But
If
I
I
think
could kinda-
everybody else is within a 25-mile or so radius from Chicago. I think Amy, Gina, and I are probably the most central.
Yeah.
Missy and Tiffany are both south. Well, Leslie, you're south too. And then Monica's west. So I think, okay. So, I mean, it's doable. Yeah, it's doable. But I think, Missy, you're right. That's not out of the question as to, do we want to start with this idea of a virtual something? Do we want to start with that? And just see what it would take. Just where our voices are and stuff. Maybe, before we look to whether or not we want, how big we want to make this. Maybe we start relatively smallish, or not, I don't know, and choose a song that we can do that between us, and I certainly have somebody too who could, who could knock out parts and such. But then we also have to, can you hear me okay? Every time this
Yeah.
pops up with your internet connection's unstable, I'm not sure. Are we okay?
So far,
We're
you're
good?
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
It also where and who is going to mix this? I don't have, not only do I not have the machinery, I do not have the tech skills, and quite frankly, I would love to say that's something I'd like to learn. It's pretty far down my list. I know my
Producer-wise.
strengths, and tech is not it.
Producer-wise,
So
I
we
have
have to
that.
look at,
Bridget. Benson. You're frozen, so I don't know if you can hear me. I think she-
We can't hear you.
Bridget, why'd you buy a computer today?
Take it back.
I'm just kidding. I actually have to go, but please, I'm totally in. Just keep me in the loop, and it's great to see you guys, and I'm hoping to do whatever we can. So I'm sorry to cut out early, but I got to do that. But please just keep me in the loop, okay, guys?
Gina, can you share your email address with Amy? Just make sure she
I
has
gave
all
you,
your
yeah,
contacts.
yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Thanks, ladies. Okay.
Bye.
See you later, Gina.
Peace.
And I have to go in 15 minutes too. I'm so sorry. I'm watching my sister's kids and my kids all together. It feels like there's 100 of them running around my backyard right now. So
no worries.
I get
so
it.
I've got to pop off in 15 minutes. But yeah.
No worries. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I talked to a couple people and we've been making lists of people who might be included in this. I did talk with the mother of one of my current students, and I know that this student, there are a number of my current students who I know will want very much to be a part of this. And she has said, I can't, not made of money or anything like that, but I might be able to throw a couple $100 your way or something if you need seed money or something like that. Because we'd also have to look at, I imagine, depending what we're going to do with this copyright stuff too. We have to look at that as well. So, and that entails a whole new ball of wax. So I think that a lot of publishers, correct me if I'm wrong, Monica, you're probably most involved in this right now, is a lot of publishers are relaxing a lot of their things right now with the pandemic situation for the sake of virtual choir even of obtaining music. Although I will have to say, I can still, on a personal level, of course, get the music. Well, I have just as much access, I guess, as I always did. I just don't have it through school.
And I also can offer the whole library at St. Charles East. And I have so much, and I can scan stuff and whatever we need. If it's something I have, you know what I mean? I might not have what we want, but my library is available, and then it's free because I already own it. So
there you go. And so, so I don't know, is that?
we lost your audio again.
Yeah.
Poor thing.
Oh, no.
Is it just in and out?
Yeah, there you go.
All right, I'm gonna stay right here, even though the glare on my glasses is making me nuts. So I don't know, do we start with that? Because I think we could talk forever and ever, but I think the whole idea of this is that we sing.
Yeah.
Right? So, and I think it's really important that no matter how we proceed with this, at least initially, that yes, we want it to be good. I think that another thing that we have in common.
Oh no.
What do we have in common?
One of the kids is not like the other.
I have an idea, like looking at everybody right now,
Yeah.
like legit looking at everybody, I feel like we all have a story that I think should be shared before the music. Like if we were able to pull off some virtual, each woman saying, I'm a mother of 3. I haven't sang in years, but boy, do I miss it. And that's what brought us together. I'm in Atlanta. I work for such and such. Singing, I don't have time for that. Like, you know what I mean? And then a song like how the talent is still there. The common thread was Bridget Kansler, who brought us back together. I'm just taking a little charge because we can't hear you, but just kind of like, you know, what you and I kind of talked about. But anyway, when you're ready to jump in, just tell me I can hear it, and then I'll say, be quiet, Missy. You're talking?
Yeah.
We still
No.
can't hear you.
There you
But
go.
I was thinking if we did the virtual thing, that would be so cool because I'm so interested in knowing about Monica, about
Yeah.
Tiff, like what is it, but we have a common thread that now has brought us together where we're on a Sunday evening having a Zoom. Leslie, mom, who we can't see right now because she's juggling what right now? A brand new baby. But the music is what binds us. The passion for what we did years ago as a child. We were children years ago. Well, me personally, I'll speak for myself. I was a child when I was under Bridget Kansler's tutelage, but when I think back on high school, I told her recently, like, you know how you put your password and it's who was your teacher, your favorite teacher?
Right.
Always Bridget Kansler. Like that's how I get my password memory back. Like it's putting her down. And
Big facts.
well, legit, that's just what it is.
Yep.
And, Leslie, you guys can't see her right now, but she became like my little sister at school because of music. And me and her talk, we meet up, like it's just whatever. Nia
Also big
became, I've lived in Mia's place in Atlanta, like, but it's all the common bond that we had. You know what I mean? That was formed at that one place. And Monica, I'm sure you have the same type of story. You know what I mean? You became what, a music teacher or a music something?
Yeah,
You were
of course.
inspired. So like to share the stories first and then the it would be so dope. It would be so moving. That's just and I'm done talking. That's it.
I love it.
Oh, that's dope. I like that.
Love it.
So I love that idea of the origins of everything. You know, and because like you said, we all have one, you know, whether it's why we started singing or how 6 degrees of separation, you know, I think that, Leslie, I don't know if you, or Nia, I don't know if you know this, but we were talking about it that, you know, again, Tiffany and I have known each other for a very long time. And it was on Tiffany's Facebook page that I saw that she was going to be a guest on a radio show. And wouldn't it be Ricky Lockhart, who's, you know, cousins with Toya and Rashonda. What?
Small world.
What? How does that
Small
happen?
world. Full circle.
Such a
Oh
small
my
world.
gosh. And so that idea, but I also said that Monica, when Monica and I were working together, I was asked to direct an extracurricular girls ensemble at the middle school. And Monica, you were what, a sophomore or a junior?
Sophomore.
Yeah, sophomore. Yeah, she was a sophomore. And just Monica is a musical and an academic sponge. And just wanted to do everything, but with no arrogance whatsoever. And so, you know, I think we called it an internship, but really we did it together. We did it together. And my current students have that about them. They just want everything in, and that's what you all do too. And Nia, one of the things that we talked about last week, and you know what, and Leslie, you can chime in on this, and I apologize, Leslie, if I'm overstepping a little bit here, but
No worries.
we talked about the almost the very last song of Once on This Island, and when Timoon has died, and she goes down the line, and Erzuli leads her first, and then Agwe takes her, and it's Papa Gay, and Nia, you when propagate when Pete basically handed Leslie to you, and
Mhm.
you, and the very last line
Bryce?
is, and Asuka accepted her and
Mhm.
held her to her breast. You know, just that will be one among the most meaningful experiences ever. And I think that's what I'm talking about, is that every single one of you, and Tiffany, we did once on this island at Longwood. And what was really crazy about that was that, you know, when we were at Longwood, Once on This Island is written for 2 different casts. It's written for an all-black cast, and it's written for a diverse cast. So to have done it both ways was,
Man, you saying something so good right now. Okay.
Right.
So mad.
Like, what
Right.
was it?
Missing her punchlines.
Jeez. You were like moving us in that moment. We were getting moved. You know what you could do? You can call on your cell phone and still be on.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
true.
I just don't know if I want to mess up that connection. Like,
let
you
me
may have a
see.
hard time.
Yeah. I could get my headphones too. I don't know if that would matter or not. Let me see here. Hang on.
Leslie, your hair done got long, boy.
What'd you say?
It's been grown out long, sweetie, since I saw you.
I know. Since we saw each other, right?
Yeah.
All those prenatals.
And that good breast milk. That good breast
I know. Tell me about it.
I just
right.
want to know where Leslie going. You look like it's Sunday afternoon. Where you going?
You don't look like pandemic.
Yeah, this is the pandemic. And
Gotta
you
look
just
cute
lie.
sometimes, you know? Gotta feel good about yourself once in a while.
You do. You're right.
Oh,
I
I know what it is. Today's your anniversary.
It is.
18 years.
guess.
Congratulations,
Oh, wow.
Leslie.
Happy anniversary. That's it. Okay.
That's a long time to be married, boo. Whew.
That's a long
Who you
time.
telling?
Bless you
Yeah.
and Eddie. Bless you.
18 years.
18 years and 4
18
kids
years.
later.
Missy, can you let me in?
Yep. I see you now. Okay.
Thank you.
And then I'm going to mute your screen, okay? I mean, I'm going to mute you on here so it doesn't feedback.
Let's see.
I muted it.
Self on her own computer.
Mute your computer too.
Yeah. She unmuted it. There you go.
I had it muted before. Wait.
Ugh.
You should probably just entirely, because keep doing that.
I leave the meeting with that.
There you go.
I think you're okay.
I don't know. Here, wait.
Yeah.
How's that? I mean, I can't gallery you all, but yeah. Okay.
We can hear your profound words now.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Throw your phone to the left and you can see more than one.
I didn't know that I was supposed to bring any profound words.
You always bring the
Nobody told me. Stop it. Okay, I see now. If
There you go.
I can't get you all in, so
Yeah.
all right. I can only get you I can get 4 of you at a time.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, all right. So you can hear me okay now?
Yes.
Okay. So I guess the next question really is, sorry, thumbs in the way. What do we do? What's our next step? Do we, I've got people on this list and I know that this is not in any order of preferred people or anything like that. But we talked about Jessica, but I mean, some people know people, and I want to get more people from Longwood. I want to get more people from St. Charles East. I want to get current students as well. And I want to get, and more people, obviously, like Jessie, Jessica's one of them for sure. Started to make this list. So I mean, do we try and go large scale? But again, we're gonna leave some people out straight away. I mean, that's just probably gonna happen, because otherwise we'd have to go through, you know, every video, every roster, everybody who's ever known each other throughout all. Exactly, Missy. So, well, I see your face. Oh. Do we, you know, there's no timeline on this, you know, per se, but I also don't want us to get so, I mean, it's fantastic talking, and I think that's part of it. You know, when we can get together for whoever can make it, and a big old picnic and eat together and drink together and talk and laugh, and I don't care if kids are running around or you know, whatever else, that's great, but we can't do that right now, obviously. So do we start small and try and do a virtual something? Or do we grow this and keep talking about what we want to do until we can do it in the way that we want to do it?
I mean,
I'm open to suggestions.
it's like you could do both. I mean, we could
That's what I was thinking.
record and then keep the conversation going. You know what I mean? And then use that video that we make as almost like PR for anybody that wants to be a part of it, and be like, these are the people that are in it. Would you like to come join us? And you know what I mean? So that way we have some actual like tangible something to show people what, you know, our purpose is and what we're doing.
Okay. Do we do that with, like, again, I'm going to create a Google document so anybody can add on to this. Feel free, you know, whatever I'll share all of you on it, and I can put together a list of names. Do we start with that? Do we make a video of, like you were saying, what, you know, give a timeline so that, you know, it's within, you know, 30 seconds to a minute and a half, or so, whatever you want to say. I'm making stuff up, but of whatever you want to say, because I think that's important to say what your history is, not just how we're connected to each other next to you, and why you're excited about this. But I think we need to, because we all know what the talent pool is, but do we want to put that out? Do we want to put together a small something to attach to that video to say, if you would like to be part of this endeavor, we're growing this?
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I think that would be best, so it can, you do have something tangible. Like, for instance, like the fact that Missy was able to just tell me to jump on, that's cool because it's coming from Miss. But if I'm trying to reach someone that's probably not in my circle like that, then maybe that introduction piece that we put together is what'll bring them in.
Right.
Okay, that's a good point. So maybe a combination of those things is how we are connected to this core ensemble right now. What's connect us, and I can't be the only thread. You know what I mean? There's you all are connected to each other, and
Right.
again, you know, even that connection between Tiffany, you and Ricky, and thereby Latoya and Rashonda, whatever else. You know, I mean, that these connections intertwine in very different ways. But maybe to say, here's how we're connected to this core ensemble, or how I'm connected to this, and then also, here's why this is exciting to me. This is what I want to do. And then therefore anybody who wants to join knows they've already got a reason. They're already a part. They're already a part somehow because they know one of us, or they've experienced something that creates that connection.
Or whatever
So-
our connection, that original connection, like you were saying, yeah, it may be that we're connected together, but whatever our connection with music could be, that could be how I could reach that other person. How, you know, when I started, or why I connected, that's the first part. That could be also a reason, or how you connect to somebody else. But go ahead, I'm sorry, I'm just thinking out loud.
No, that's what we need. That's what we need. So do you think that it should, be just everybody kind of plan, or off the cuff, or whatever else on your own? Or should we just create maybe 1, 2, or 3 guideline questions, and then everybody can create their own idea of it from that.
It's not a bad idea to have concise questions because that way
Yeah,
message focused.
right,
We're saying the same thing, but it's our thing.
right.
Same message, but it's obviously personal to
Mhm.
ourselves, or you know who we are. Yeah, I think so, definitely.
Okay. So if I put it, what's the best way to do this? Do you want to create a do you want me to do it almost like a Google form kind of thing, and we create questions, or how, or do you want to email me? Is this too hard to talk as a group like this and create 3 questions, or is that just the best thing to do? Is just right now we're here, those of us that are here, we create these questions.
The 3 questions could be something that we just, before we hang up, really quickly decide, because they're basically introduction questions. You know, how your love for music or whatever, like just kind of how Missy was saying, like I'm a mom, and yeah, it's been a minute since I've sang, but you know, things like that. Kind of, I don't know. We need something.
Have you seen the movie Brown Sugar?
Yeah, when you first fell in love with hip hop.
Yeah, I'm asking
Right.
Miss K. I'm giving her another. I've been giving her movies to watch.
Oh,
See that one? Brown Sugar is like at the beginning. It's like, tell me how you fell in love with hip hop. And everybody's giving their truth. Like hip hop is when I met my friend in the playground. Like it was so dope, but it was all a combination of everyone saying hip hop got me through school. Hip hop brought me friends. Hip hop, you know what I'm saying? So it could be your one focus question, but everybody has a reason why it was more special to them, or why, you know what I mean?
right.
You might want to see that movie too.
Just say add that to the list.
Add that to the list. Yeah, I think.
Okay, so all right. So do you think one or 2 questions, 1, 2, or 3 questions? All right. So let's throw it out there. Let's try and make this concise. What's a question then, you think? Why? So like everything you just said was really great. How do we make that into a simple question?
So you could do something like, what does singing and or music mean to you? Simple. Or maybe even like, what does singing with other women mean to you? You know what I mean? Since we're going to be a women's ensemble, maybe something more specific, or I don't know if we want to keep it general, but either of those would work.
Okay. It was one of those also basically, what was it, can you recall a moment? It doesn't have to be the moment, but can you recall a moment that you knew that music was your soul? That, you know, that, do you know what I'm saying? Like how can we articulate that?
Like what you just said is good.
Okay.
What?
All right. Because Nia, does that kind of also speak to what you're saying? Like that?
Yeah, it does. I'm thinking, I'm like, remember a moment when music impact or singing impact? I guess, yeah. That it does. I was just trying to figure out a way to articulate it, and I'm not having a good time not coming up with it. But yeah.
Can you recall when music or singing, when you knew that music or singing was
Your passion. I don't know.
Yeah.
okay? Music or singing became, or you
And your
realized your passion?
Yeah.
Something about
Realize your passion for music or singing.
Yeah.
realized passion. Okay. Do you want to add a question about our connectedness to this ensemble?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you connected to this particular group of women?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that
That's,
Okay.
yeah, the way you worded it is great.
Yep.
Okay. Because right now, and okay, wait, hang on.
Or how did you?
Connected to this group of women. Okay,
Monica, were you saying something?
sorry. All right. So what I've got so far, and we can refine this, but what I've got so far in no particular order is, what does singing with other women mean to you? Can you recall a moment or an instance when you realized your passion for music and singing? And how are you connected to this particular group of women? That's what we've got right now.
I
That's
got
great.
one more.
Go ahead.
Something to the point of like, what would having a platform of expression, what would a current platform do for you? As far as like, in my mind, like what we talked about, having a platform to be able to express myself musically now would be amazing. But I don't know how to articulate what that question sounds like. But if you're not involved in church, or if you're not a teacher and you don't teach music, or if you're not singing professionally anymore, like having a platform where you can express yourself musically, what would that do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know how to properly say it.
I also wonder, because we did talk about this a little bit, especially in light of recent events, that I mean, I hesitate to use the word political, but we have talked about this, that, you know, for many of us, for those of us with the Trinity connection, social justice is a huge part of this, is a huge part of who we are. But I know I know, you know, Tiffany and Monica, you know, I mean, Tiffany, just, I know you anyway, but by virtue of, you know, your connection with Ricky and going on that program, and Monica, you and I have certainly talked about things like that as well when we've met at Allstate, and we talk about things other than outside of teaching, what that means. But even the conversation that we had about women in music, maybe coming back to that idea that there are twice as many women and half as many opportunities. But do we want to look at the possibility of creating that? I like that word, platform. What might a platform involve for you? Being a parent and wanting a place to sing, being even a music teacher. We so often don't have a place to sing. We don't, you know, I mean, I've got St. Charles Singers, but not right now. Or do we have I don't want to say political, but maybe social, what would a word be? I guess I also want to have this be a place of strength. I want to have this be a place of listening and learning. I want to have this be a place where everybody though is truly welcome. Oh, no worries, Leslie. All right, we're recording, so we'll get back to you. Peace, Leslie. Baby doll, baby girl. So is there a better word? I don't want to use political. I hate that word right now. But is there another word that you would like to use, maybe?
Social platform is just as, I mean, meaningful, or without using the actual term political. What would this, or do you feel, or if you had a social platform or to express yourself musically? I don't really know. I don't know how to put that in the
What if we use the word empowering somehow?
Okay.
I don't really know how, but I like that.
Well, you know what? Maybe it would be combining the first and the last question. What does singing with other women mean to you, combined with what would a current platform, and we have to figure out the words, but what would a platform be for you as a parent, a teacher, a socially involved, or I don't know, we'd find a better word than that, but like how could singing with this particular group of women empower you, empower you further in your place in life right now, whatever that may be, as a parent, as a professional, as a as an activist, as a caretaker, as a whatever your place in life is, would there be something that singing with a group of women, would there be something that would be empowering? I don't want to say beneficial, that's not enough. How could something like this be empowering for you? Would that excite you?
You just said it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And how you named all those different, like naming the wife, the mother, the career woman,
Right.
the teacher, you know what I mean? Like naming all of that, but still needing an outlet, still needing, you know, a break from the monotony and being able to express yourself through what you love, but don't necessarily have time to do all the time.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. Okay. All right. So if I can just refine these a little bit, I think those are three really good. I think these are three really, really good questions. And maybe that's the order. The first one would be, can you recall when you realized your passion for music and singing? How are you connected? How are you connected to this particular group of women? And then the third one, because that would be the springboard for moving
For the
forward.
actual-
Yeah. Involving that, but I'll make it concise. All right. Is that a starting place?
That's great.
Great. And it may
Yeah.
help you figure out what you want to do next. If you sent us the questions, we did our recording and sent it back to you, just watching that may give you the right song.
Yep.
That might.
Okay.
Yep.
But know that I am open to suggestion.
Yeah.
Please know that yes, I have ideas, but I want all of us to, oh gosh, there we are. But really, this is a collaboration. And yes, eventually we will have our respective roles, but I think all of you know me well enough that I am not into hierarchy. This is, and for those of you who haven't seen this before, I discovered this, rather proud of this, I guess. This to me doesn't work. This to me says somebody is always higher and somebody's always better. Won't have it. So turn it this way, and our mission is right here. Then everybody's got their responsibility. And the only rule is that you cannot hop from place to place. You got to go back and revisit the mission before you can poke your head in the door of this person. You got to come back and revisit the mission before you go over here. It's a mutual respect for everybody's position within it, but we've got a common value and we've got a common goal. That's my idea of working together anyway, in general. So if you're okay with that, know that song suggestions and questions and ideas and venues and whatever else, there is no wrong answer in the suggestion pile whatsoever. And talk to each other, absolutely, and it can be random, if you want to send it to me, fine. You can just say, I have no idea. You don't have to connect it to anything. You don't have to connect it to anything. Just let it be what it is. And I got an idea for a song. I got an idea for a question. I've got an idea for a person. I've got no idea. Whatever it is. Just let's do that. And so, do you want these three questions? Do you want it to go right now to this group of women as we are right now? I'm just thinking, and Tiffany and Monica, our conversation with the respective schools is going to be slightly different. Know that at least for right now, the bulk of women that we're talking about are going to be either current Trinity students or Trinity alumni. So I'm wondering right now, so Missy and Nia, I'm just wondering, I really think we need to get Jessica in on this from the beginning.
I just don't want to sound biased, but she's part of my, absolutely. I just didn't want to say, She definitely, and
That's
she,
not biased. This
she'll
is
be
what we need to
beneficial.
say.
Yeah, well, absolutely, Jessica. Absolutely.
All right. So Jessica, I will tell you some of the other people that I thought of, Trinity. Sorry for just a second. Therese. I thought of Therese. This is in no particular order. Therese, where am I here? Sorry, I wrote it in pencil now. I'm trying to look at it. Miasha. Miasha, but she may be involved a little bit later, but she's like you. She is really looking for a venue. She's really looking for something.
Mhm.
Latoya and Rashonda, but I know that stuff's going on with them. I don't know how much time they've got right now, you know, and I don't want them to feel pressured, but I don't want them to be excluded either. Where am I? I had to turn on a light here. Hang on, let me turn a light.
Are we talking about the initial video questions?
Yeah.
You're making
And
a
I
big,
think the only other one I had right now was Regina Tates. Mm-hmm. Because she's pretty involved still at Trinity too. And you know, when we had the centennial mass last year, Therese sang, Regina sang, and Regina Senior played. She played the one song, which was so great. But I was thinking Regina Junior for right now as an alumni. But that may be too much. Maybe it's just Jessica for right now. I don't know. What do you think? Or am I missing somebody that
Me?
you think
You
would
want-
be?
you want me to answer? No. That's a lot of people to start
No,
off.
tell me.
It's a lot of people for just the one. I thought if you added anybody, it would be from your other schools, just so that I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what that means, but Jessica, I would definitely, and maybe Therese. Latoya would be ideal, but I will say Latoya travels for work. And their mom was just diagnosed, so they have a lot going on. I was just with them over the weekend. So commitment, I don't know how much right now. Brand new stages, so they would
All
like.
right.
to be a
So
part
why
in
don't we
the
do
future.
this? I'm sorry.
They would like to be a part in the future. I did talk to them about.
Okay. Oh, good.
going on.
Okay. Yeah, I saw your photos of all the kids. That was really sweet. All right. Well, why don't we start with Jessica and maybe Therese? Because Therese and I are neighbors, actually. We just found that out not long ago.
Nice.
Yeah. So why don't we start with Jessica and Therese? Tiffany,
Mhm.
what do you think? Do you think Maria would want to do it or no?
I talked to her today, and she's definitely interested.
Oh, good. All right. Is there who else? I don't know who else is local, but is there anybody else?
I don't know. Like, I mean, you know, I'm the type where once I start to love something, I am very protective of it. And so I'm like already protective of this.
Mm-hmm.
So people, but it depends. Like, you can have the talent, but it's about energy, you know, and we're not looking for, I would rather someone who was into it and just show passion for music and the love for it and was committed and things like that, before I pick somebody who, because they sound like they're coming in and out, just kind of helping us out or doing this. Like, I would want to find a more passionate person who really is a lover of music than just because they can blow, you know? So when I think of people like that, I don't know. As far as the inception, I can't really think of anyone. Like I said, I talked to my sister and she was definitely down for joining. But I would have to like kind of look through my list to see who, not saying that those type of people couldn't join maybe later once we're a little more established. And like you said, we do have our mission really tight and our goals and stuff like that, and what we are truly gonna be and stuff like that. And then those type of people can come in and they will know like this is what we're for, and then they can decide then. But as far as the inception, and we're still kind of, you know, figuring it out and having ideas and stuff like that, I would really have to look and see who would be down for something like that, and wouldn't like
Good
have
point.
a period, or, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot. So, so
Yeah.
yeah.
It is a lot. And so I agree with you. I think that's a great idea. So if we would include Maria at this point too with the questions, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So I've got Maria on this list. So all right, I want to make sure. But so okay. So we're going to talk to her. All right. That's great. And you know what? Thank you for saying it like that, because I do think that's important. You know, there's going to come a point where it's going to be, I don't want to exclude anybody, but right, if it's going to be a performance thing, that's one thing. But I think we're heart-led. I think that that's where this is coming from first. That was certainly the reason for bringing it all together. So I love that you said that. What?
Who did you have on your list? I'm curious.
You know what? I don't think I started going down the list, but I know people are far away, like April.
Yeah.
You know,
I thought
April Riggins, but she lives far away too, doesn't she?
Who?
April Riggins.
Yeah, actually, she's near Atlanta,
Oh,
like in the suburb of Atlanta.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Music Morel.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just thinking of people that I'm connected with. And you know what, Tiffany, we could go through and look at that chat of that group too.
Oh yeah, the spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we could go through there, but I mean, I know there are people like Sharonda. Sharonda's been very vocal about a lot of things, but it's hard to know. I think that connection. So, yeah, we need to look. So can you and I talk further about that?
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Monica, what about you?
You know, the only person that I'm still really connected with from your time at St. Charles is Michelle Cook, now Michelle Wu. But other than that, like, was there anybody you also had from St. Charles? I do know other people that, like, one of my dearest friends is now the choir director at Geneva. You sing with her, Jess Palomasano.
Yes, yeah.
She would be amazing. She just wasn't, you know, at the same time, but she's also a St. Charles East person. She would be great. I think she would love this project. I know of other women that would probably be excited about the project, but not necessarily from St. Charles. So
Right.
goal is St. Charles. My list is very short, but if it's beyond that, then I have a little bit more. So, and I could be
Okay.
just we invite down the line. You know what I mean? Once the ball gets rolling. So.
Right.
Jess would be a great person in that not only do Jess and I sing together currently with St. Charles Singers, but for those of you, Jess is the choral director at Geneva High School, but she was one of the big, she was prominent in putting together the American Choral Director Association treble ensemble, the all women's ensemble, last year that we participated in. So Jess definitely has a place for women singing. So I think Monica, would you want to include Jess at this stage, or just have her name out there for a little bit down the line?
I think getting her on the ground floor would be great.
Okay.
I think she'd be a great addition. Again, one of those people, she has constant, vibrant energy. I mean, she's just a bundle of joy all the time. And yeah. I would love to reach out to her and invite her myself. So.
Okay, perfect. You just took the words right out of my mouth then. And Tiffany, you are going to speak with Maria, right?
Yes.
Okay, great.
And I should have told her to get on, but I wanted to, you know, see exactly what we were, because we talked about it, but I wanted to, you know, really see what we were talking about, and so I could let her know for sure what everything was. So, but
Absolutely.
yeah, like, please let me know. I'm super excited. I miss singing, all this other stuff. So She's like, I miss doing the musicals in high school. So she was very excited when I told her.
Oh, that's good. Thank you. Nia, is there anybody else that you can think of that you?
Miss K, you know who I hung out with? No. Some of them may have evolved and later on down the line when things get to a certain level, then you bring them on in. But at this ground level, I would have told you to call Missy. So there.
There you go. Okay. Okay, cool. And so, Missy, do you want to talk to Jessica?
Sure. Not sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll talk to Therese.
Okay.
I'll talk to Therese, and you talk to Jessica. Monica, you're going to talk to Jess, and Tiffany, you're going to talk further with Maria, and
Yeah.
Nia is going to go yes, yes, and yes. Okay, I think that's a great starting place. So we have a Facebook group going, and it's just called Awakening. I'm going to send you all an invitation. Please know that at this point, none of us have any commitment to anything. This is really just hearts coming together because we know that music has brought us together. You know, we just know that there is not anything anywhere along the way that if anybody, that's the whole idea of this circle, is that a circle has no beginning and no end, and that circle is forever expanding, and people come and go from that circle, and you join in at a different place in that circle. So the Facebook part is just to keep us connected as a source of information. And I don't know, Missy, is that something, can we like upload these recordings to the Facebook page?
So yeah, either that, you can upload them to the Facebook page, and then I thought to myself already, if everyone could upload them, I can create a link with all of them on one. Like I could edit it and make it, that's what I went to school for mass comm, so I could put it together for you, kind of edit it, make it kind of flow into one another. Once I get all of them, and
That'd be
then
great.
and that eventually could turn into what's added to the music, almost an intro.
So these Zoom recordings, I guess is what I meant.
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, I can definitely. I think I should be able to.
Can I make you an administrator on that page?
Probably so.
Okay. Let me
Probably
see if I
can.
can make you an administrator on the page, then that would be great, because then you can upload these and then we
Sure.
can all know what we were talking about. And then
Okay.
I will send these questions to everybody that we just talked about, you all plus the people that we just talked about.
Sure.
And then do we want to say it given date?
Yes.
You have to give us dates. We're also busy.
Please.
Yeah, we gotta have us a date.
And it should be soon, just so we
Yeah.
can, you know.
See, you all think alike. I know. Last week I'm like, well, people might be busy, whatever. Miss is like, Miss K. And Tiffany, you did the same thing. You two did the same thing. I know. I just got to be quiet at that point.
I always say people make time for what they want. They could be the busiest of the busy. If they want to do something, they will find time and money for what they want to do. So.
Yep.
That's
And the further out, like I was telling her when she was trying to figure out the next date to talk. Oh, I know next week is just too soon. I said, no. While we're thinking about it and passionate about it, at the time it was Amy and I who was talking to her. I'm like, you start talking July. I don't know what's going to happen in July. Start the fire while it's kind of burning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I say, if you send us the questions, give us maybe a week to a week and a half to get it recorded. It takes nothing to do, but I do know we have a lot going on. But we should set a deadline. I mean, that's just in everything we do in life. We have deadlines, we get it done, you know?
Right.
I think that's a
I
good.
definitely
Sunday?
need a deadline.
Yes, you do need that.
Yes, and wake up calls and alarms and things to do lists and all of that.
Yeah, that's so.
Agendas.
So if we did a week from today, it would be Sunday the 14th. Get your video done. I mean, it's
All
talking
right,
about talking about yourself.
Right.
I think that would be easy for us to do.
Right.
Yeah.
It'll be short and sweet.
Mhm.
Yep. All right. is it easiest if I create a Google form with these questions and you just answer on the Google form? Or Missy, do you want me to send the questions to you and you send it out so everybody responds back to you and you compile them, or what do you want to do?
I thought it was a
Or
video.
It's a video.
It's a video.
Okay.
So
but
they don't
I
have to
gotta
fill
get
it
the
out.
question.
Like literally what I'm thinking is if everyone has the 3 questions and they're on their phone, they literally
Yeah.
read it and they answer 1. Answer 2. I'll edit it where it flows.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm just asking, how do you want me to send you all the questions?
You could just email them, I think. That'd be easy.
Email or text. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I have everybody's except Nia's
Phone number.
right now. Nia, can you or Missy, can you forward me, Nia,
Her contact?
your email address, your contact information?
I'm sending it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, you're sending it to me now? Okay, great. And I've got Jessica and Therese, and actually, I might even have Jess, but if you can, I'll send it to you, Monica, and then you can pass it on to Jess. Could everybody make sure that both Missy and I get everybody's contact information? Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and Tiffany, you'll do the same with Maria then?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Would you prefer
all right,
our
I'm gonna,
email or text?
okay. You know what, I think I'll email it. I'm just gonna email it to everybody and give you Missy's address and you email it back to Missy.
Okay.
That sounds great.
Okay. And for right now, at least, let's just do it that way. So I'll email all the questions. You send it to Missy by next week, Sunday, the 14th, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then, Missy, we can go for, if anybody in the meanwhile thinks of any songs that you want to start with, that we can think about how to go on from here. Do you want to also set a next time to talk, or just get those videos in first and then maybe look at the next weekend or something like that? What do you want to?
I think we can schedule. We can
Schedule
schedule it a week out from the 14th. So next week it wouldn't be us meeting. It'll be just that we need to have those videos in, and then that following week we'll have another meeting.
Yeah. Is that okay with everybody?
Works for
Yep.
me.
Okay. So let's say Sunday, the 21st of June, then is 7 o'clock. Did this work well for everybody?
Oh yeah, so that's not gonna work. That's Father's Day. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I already know Father's Day. I don't. That's not gonna work.
It's definitely not. I didn't know. Yeah, that won't work for me either.
The 21st. Not gonna work.
could we do the Monday after Father's Day?
Definitely.
Is the 7 o'clock time, those of you with kids,
Same,
whatever,
yeah.
does that 7 still work?
Yeah.
You might see them popping up in this video. I'm just being honest. They're gonna be saying "mommy," but I'll put it on mute. I'll make myself available, but you might see a lot of movements.
Just edit it. Just edit it.
Oh,
We love them. We
Call.
love them.
Call.
All right, Monday,
I
June
really-
22nd at 7 o'clock.
And I do have a song idea. I really think we should listen to Voices That Care. That was during the Gulf War. It is all actors and singers. They came together. Stand tall, stand proud. Voices that care are crying out loud. Y'all remember that? It was like
I
the
love
song
that.
when our soldiers were at war. It was I've been like on repeat, and that would be so dope if we could do that. And oh my God,
Okay.
Voices That Care. Google, YouTube it. It's a powerful.
I will. Voices that care. Okay. Well,
Ralph
guys,
Tresvant-
it's
Ralph
9:30 for
Tresvant
me,
kicked it off.
and I have to be at work at 6 a.m. So,
Okay.
and I gotta go. So
Thanks,
I will
Nia.
talk to you guys later. Just keep me abreast, Missy.
Sure.
You know,
Yep.
know me. All right. Love you
Okay.
guys.
Love you too.
See you, Nia.
Bye.
Okay, so let's look at Voices That Care as a possibility, and well, let's just call it. Let's just do it.
I want everybody to feel just as passionate about it, but I think it's just a timely song for today.
It is. I love that.
Let's just do it. Let's just call it.
I'm gonna send you the link. And it'd be great if we could find an instrumental version, which I'm sure we could. Right?
Yeah. All right. Monica, can you and I look into that?
Yeah.
Just finding either sheet music and we can look and see too, because I've got a friend of mine too who might be able to record it for us. But I think between us, recording the instrumental, again, and I don't want to discount anybody here, but right off the top of my head, my thought is that Monica, you and I probably have connections to make that happen.
Yeah.
But Missy, do you too? Do you? I mean,
To record, yeah, all day. It's just,
to record an instrumental. or no?
probably so, but you guys can start, record our vocals. I'm like, yeah, on that, but, start with you too, and if you need me to call my person, I definitely could.
Okay.
And I just sent you the
Because I
link.
think, actually, I wouldn't even mind, oh, thank you for that. I wouldn't even mind, I'll listen to the whole song, but maybe we don't even need to do the whole song. Maybe right now we take the chorus.
Yeah.
And we do it a cappella. You know what I mean?
That would be dope.
I mean,
Real nice.
That'd be really.
because you all, that's the way you all sing, and we know that too, that we, you know, the instruments, and I'm not gonna compromise the instrumentalists. I don't mean that at all, but we all know that we can sing a cappella.
Right.
And we tend to go with it, I think, a little bit more that way. So that heart, Tiffany, too, that you're talking about, I think sometimes a cappella lends itself to that when we're just feeling it. So maybe all right. So Monica, maybe you and I can talk about, because Missy, you got your hands full now with this video. All right. And so maybe Monica, you and I can look at just some sheet music and maybe even just laying down a couple of tracks and see what we got. What we know is that we've got, the women in this group can also create harmonies. We know that. We know that. And so we don't have to limit ourselves to anything we see on a page. You know,
Right.
So if we want to lay a track and start, then, you know, having people layer it, and then we look into that production again of syncing it and whatever else. We're not going to go wrong with this. We are not going to go wrong with this.
Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you put the song in the chat right now, like the link to the song, so I'm just know I'm
Yeah. And
right.
I just uploaded it to Awakening.
Oh, then don't worry about it, because
I
I'm
just did it. I just put it in the group.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Yeah, I just don't want to look at the wrong thing.
Missy, you found the link then? Because it wouldn't let me uninvite and reinvite you. What?
Oh, you're talking about for Awakening? You know what I had to do? I didn't realize I had a request, but what I did was I typed Awakening and then I put Bridget and then it came up.
Oh, okay.
And I saw that I had
Okay, good.
outstanding requests that I hadn't confirmed, so yes.
Good. Cool. All right. Good. All right. So that's what we've got. I will send this out. So you just sent me Nia's. I've got everybody else's. Tiffany, can you send me, I think I might have it, but can you send me Maria's contact information, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. And Monica, will you send me Jess's, please?
Sure, I'll text
Okay,
it.
great. And Missy, have you got Jessica's contact information?
Ortiz?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I told you we're supposed to be recording something soon, so we've been.
Oh, that's right. That's right. All right. All right. That's great. And I've got Therese. So, and you just sent me Nia. Okay. And I've got Amy and I've got Gina. So good. Yay. We got a plan.
I love it.
Sounds good.
All about the love. All right, darlings.
And I'll share
Okay.
this on the page as well.
Thank you. And I'll invite everybody else to the Facebook page, and then Monica, you and I can make a separate plan to talk about an arrangement or something. Find us something and about laying down a track, an initial track.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So I just want to make sure I got it. So I'm sending out all the questions. Well, 3 questions. I'm emailing it to all of you and the people we talked about. I'm adding people to Facebook. Monica and I are going to talk about music. Everybody is sending by June 14th, and whatever you got come June 14th is what we're going with, you know. And then we're going to meet again on Monday, June 22nd at 7 o'clock.
Sounds good.
Missy, are you okay with setting up that Zoom again?
Sure.
Thank you.
Um,
That'd be great.
the same idea.
That'd be great. Okay, yeah. Oh, thank you, Tiffany and Monica. Okay, that's what I got.
That's it.
All right.
Nice meeting you, ladies.
Yes, you as well.
All right.
Make
Much
some
love.
music.
Right on. Peace to
All right.
everybody.
Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night.